We have all been through rejection, but now it is out of control. There is a loneliness epidemic, and people are honestly lucky to get into any trash relationship they can get their hands on.
I mean, I wouldn't say they're lucky.
Oh, you will. There is a clip going viral online of a girl not being rejected by one guy, not by two guys, by 10 guys, all in the same room in the harshest way possible.
10 guys at a time? Damn, they doubled 5 guys. I didn't know they could do that.
She got double 5 guy rejected.
But I mean, it can't be that bad, right? It's just like Tinder is even worse, honestly, with the amount of rejections you get.
No. This is way worse because not only is it in front of 20 people, but millions of people online have seen it and they're all laughing at her like a freak show.
Okay, and like, I think that's just a skill issue. Just don't get rejected.
Okay, you know what? You're so right. Why didn't this girl just do that? You know what? Why not every incel online just do that? Why don't we all bow down to your oh so powerful relationship wisdom?
Yes, I will show you the ways of not being rejected and not being a bitch about it either. You know, roll the clip. We're gonna play this clip and I'm gonna show you all the things she did wrong.
Okay, this is gonna be good. Are you gonna show the freaking clip?
I am!
Oh, are you just keeping it away from me?
Oh, maybe I am. You know, maybe I just hate you because I think you, honestly, of all people, are just. I feel like rejection isn't that bad. You know, it's like everyone goes through it every day in their lives.
The video itself is rejecting me. So this is the girl. This is the viral clip online of the girl getting rejected. And you know what? I'm going to let it speak for itself because it's bad.
All right. We'll see. It looks like one of those like cut style, like, you know, interviews. We'll see it.
Yes, it is like a Jubilee ripoff.
Okay,
oh, she's cute.
I'm Riley. I'm 24. I'm from Houston, Texas. And honestly, I'm down for any good adventure. I just got scuba dive certified, and I'm planning to go to Australia
she's
this
swimmy.
summer, so I'm super excited about.
She's swim certified.
I need to see these guys. Hold on. I need to see the
These are all the guys. These are all the guys.
I mean,
these are the men.
You saying they all rejected him? Rejected her?
Oh, just wait to see how bad it is. But it's like, I think the one thing is that I feel like there's a lot of variety, but also no variety at all.
You can see right now which of these guys is trying to be Benson Boone. It's 2 of them. Like, listen, I tried to rock it too, but listen, guys, it doesn't work. Okay, just you can't rock it. You can't rock it. No stash.
Yeah.
Let's see though.
And then I just picked up skiing like 2 years ago. And
she looks sweet.
Honestly love any themed.
She's
parties.
sweet.
Like, those are, like,
she's
my
badass.
to go to
She's
my
epic.
And look at these guys.
You know what I find so funny? Look at the 2 guys on the left-hand side. They look so like turned off by the idea that this woman does things.
What? Like
the rest of them laugh and smile and force it. Those 2, they don't fake it at all. At all. They are uninterested.
We will see what's gonna be happening after this. I need to see how they reject her.
Look at the side eye! Look at the faces!
Dude, wait, what the fuck? Wait, this just seems like middle school behavior now. Like, they're like slightly just bullying her. Like, before she's even like finished what she's talked about. Damn.
Exactly.
Damn. Hold on, let's see.
Keep going.
And it's someone that I can trust in and is gonna be there for me.
Aww.
That was a good speech.
I wanted to go first because I thought all of these amazing people I'm with,
yes, Riley,
them before the show, are literally amazing, and I felt like
she's
I needed to
she's such a happy-go-lucky girl.
First, so I could like
yeah, where is she in my life?
There was a chance.
Honestly, you could have bagged her. You could have bagged her. You were in her area code.
I was in Dallas. Oh wait.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Texas.
Let's see. Different area code. Different area code.
Shut up.
Let's see. Let's see.
Moment of silence for a girl.
Oh shit. Wait, they were gonna rate her? No one's saying anything!
I didn't even notice the guy shrugging on the right-hand side at first.
Wait, which guy shrugging?
That guy on the right-hand corner.
Wait,
you might need to go further back. Further back.
Let's see. Hold on, wait, let's see them shrugging.
Yeah.
Oh, please step forward. Yep.
Now, guy on the right-hand side in the flannel, like, short sleeves.
Bro, look at him. Oh, dude. Look at him, bro. My man thinks he's better than the fucking jet skiing or skiing, whatever the fuck, scuba diving baddie over there. Like, even if she you can't see what she looks like, but the fact that she does that, I'm like, you actually are already 10 times more adventurous than I would ever be, and I need this in my life.
Well, so that's the one thing that a lot of people have been talking about online, because some people, I guess, like on TikTok, saw the clips where they didn't like see the curtain and it was sort of clipped out of context. So they all assumed these guys rejected her because she wasn't conventionally attractive. And I don't know if it makes it better or way worse that they rejected her without even seeing what she looked like. But you also hear in a post interview that they all chatted a little bit beforehand. So I'm wondering if they like remembered her voice and was like, oh, she wasn't that hot. So I feel like there's a lot of like debate on whether they're rejecting her because she's not conventionally attractive versus like whether she is or not.
I mean, the mustache is not conventionally attractive for many of these, but
I do have to say, shrugging guy looks like any like half-ass man I'd see at a truck stop. I'm sorry.
He is straight up trying to steal. Bro, I reject his look right now, bro. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm for the boys. I'm one for the boys, but bro, this is a fat L for you, brother. I need to see this. Like, what else happens after this? They can't just say nothing.
Her interview after is heartbreaking.
Hey, Riley, we're gonna have you sit down, but thank you for introducing yourself.
Damn, just the silence, bro. What are they looking for is the real question.
I think I probably shouldn't have gone up first. But I mean, I put myself out there.
It's so
I'm
rough.
proud of what I put out there. It kind of is not the best thing when no one stood up. Like, it is a little frustrating. It feels like
she's like about to cry. I hate it.
Not that I want to be a pick-me girl, but it is nerve-wracking, but it happened, and it is what it is.
She's literally a cute girl. She's so cute. Like, I don't understand. Okay, the only thing.
She's no Bella Hadid, but she is freaking adorable.
The only thing I can understand maybe that they won't like is maybe the little bit of lisp. That is the only thing I can understand. Like,
bro,
okay,
you
fine.
know that there are guys online who fetishize that shit, though. There are guys online who fetishize, like, Down syndrome. A lisp is not going to stop a guy.
I think we need to go back to the studio and discuss this. Is this the end of the clip?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, that is overall the end of the clip. Literally insane what this poor girl went through. And a lot of people are ripping on her for her looks. Some people are talking about how guys aren't into girls who are like adventurous and they don't do too much. The one thing I'm not seeing people talk about, though, is that they're all Mormon.
I just saw the title. 20 Mormons blind date. Wait, I didn't realize this. This is just the first episode, too, of this first season. Damn.
I wouldn't be surprised if that plays, like, a big part of it. Because I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know anything about Mormons outside of Secret Mormon Wives, Secret Lives, Mormon Wives, whatever the fucking show is. But Mormons have very, very traditional values. They like a woman who stays home. They like a woman who does a lot of cooking and cleaning. They believe in like that very like religious like silence of the woman. She has a duty in the household. And I think that does play a big part in this, where they're like, oh, this girl is so cool and epic. She's going to have opinions, and I really don't like that.
You know, I will say this, right? Like, the Mormon belief of, like, the traditional trad woman situation, I personally just don't understand why people, and men especially, want a trad wife so badly. Like, in this economy? Bro, you want her to be a stay-at-home mom and do all that other stuff? Like, I feel like it makes sense if you were doing it for, like, saving them money. You know, fine. You get to have someone who babysits if you have kids. But if you don't have kids, then I feel like it doesn't really make sense to do so.
Well, okay, and Mormons do have a lot of kids. Like, a typical Mormon family is like 8 to 13 children. They have a ton of freaking kids.
I would not expect any of these guys to be Mormons, by the way. No one here looks like they would be a Mormon. That's like the interesting part here. Like, no one, I think, if anything, they all dress pretty nicely, except for they got the flannel. Fuck you. And the guy in the t-shirt. Wait, hold on. The guy's just wearing a t-shirt. Hold up. And this guy,
honestly, the guy next to Shrug McGee, he looks like the typical, like, skater guy that I'd see at the park. He's stealing my vibe.
This feels like the mole instead of the Mormons. I think there's somebody in here. Most of these people are probably not fucking Mormon. These are all plants. It can't be real.
And the worst part is when you go, like, earlier in the video, they sort of do, like, a quick overview of all of the guys. At least 3 or more of the guys are just sales guys.
Oh,
sales
no.
bros, as they call themselves. And I'm sorry. A sales bro has nothing to frickin' talk about. And, like, no offense to you, because I guess technically you're a sales bro.
I didn't want to be a sales bro, okay? It was the only path that was in front of me.
Well, I feel like that is one thing, but I feel like guys who make their whole lives about sales, they're, like, more pathetic finance bros. Because I am a marketing woman. Like, I know what these sales guys' salaries look like, and they are not impressive. None of those salaries could take care of 13 children. I'm sorry.
All I'm gonna say is
there's
good salespeople are genuinely decent people. I will be telling you that there. But like, I'll tell you this, right? Like, I think like when it comes to rejection too, right? Like, I think like you can always base it off of their personality, right? Which I can understand if you don't like someone's personality or background, and that's why you would reject them. Like, if anything, like if someone was a Mormon, I probably wouldn't date them. I'm gonna be so real.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the values would align for me. If a girl came up to me and told me she's Mormon and she's like, I want to be a stay-at-home wife or stay-at-home like mom, and I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna work. You know, I mean, there may be some good things about it, but like personally speaking, I do like my household chores in a weird way. Okay, that's my therapeutic activities, and you're gonna steal that away from me? Rejected.
Yeah. For me, I find it surprising how many guys will reject girls with skills who have like an adventurous lifestyle. And it's really sad that they sort of just want to like keep these women at home like they're Furbies. Like they're Furbies that you can have them make dinner for you and fuck. Like, that's just weird. That's just weird to me.
I guess I should probably ask you then, right? Like, what is something that like you would say is like rejection worthy, right? Like, what would, like, if someone came up to you, what is the first thing if you found out about them? Instant rejection.
I think a lot of it is core values. I think if a guy does not align with like my morals or my moral code, like there's an issue. Sort of like Mormon, I would say for the most part, any guy who is super duper religious, automatic rejection, because a lot of those guys will also make you convert. And I respect other people's religions, but I don't want to convert to a religion I don't believe in. And there is really nothing you can do to convince me. But I would also automatically reject any new age religions. If your religion was created in AD instead of BC, automatically invalid religion. I'm sorry.
Though. Come on.
No, yeah, Scientology's a valid religion. No, I feel like valid religions are like Judaism, Islam, Catholicism, Christianity, Buddhism, Hindu.
You just angered all our cultists. Like all our literal cultists are just pissed off.
Okay,
right
well
now.
we're different, but it's not a religion. It's a spirituality.
It's a lifestyle.
But it's like, especially like a lot of the like the newer stuff, I'm like, okay, what pieces of scripture did you cut up and tape together to come up with this idea? You can admit that you made the religion so that you can get the property tax deduction. I would respect that so much more than what a lot of these new age religions do. And everyone has a right to their religion. But I am never, ever, ever going to convert to a new age religion, even if I was held at gunpoint.
I will say, I think that is definitely like it depends on, as you said, all the whatever you say, like their values and stuff like that, which determines my rejection-ness.
Yeah.
But I also think there are times where it's like, it's hard to reject somebody when it's after a long time, right? It's almost like when you're in that talking stage. That's where rejection, I think, gets the hardest and the worst, because
we're talking about like the relationship economics. We're talking about romantic opportunity costs.
I wouldn't say romantic opportunity, okay? I would say like, you know, you can be in the talking stage, right? You could just be chatting, keeping it up, but then they'll say something and you're just like, oog. ooga booga, me no like this. And then if you press them on it, you have more like you have two options. You either ignore it and move on and hope that it was just a one-time thing, or you press them on it, risk that, and then hope to God it doesn't end badly. Because that is where most people, as you said, in this quote unquote loneliness epidemic, suffer the most. Because it's not the rejection that's up front that makes people fucked up. It's the rejection that happens when you're in the middle of talking to somebody thinking that there's a chance.
I do agree that's the hardest part. I've been in those situations twice where I've been with someone for years and I would ask them to do like one simple thing. I would wait a year or more for them to just not do said thing. And I had to sit there and be like, okay, this is obviously not the person you are, and I'm not going to alter who I'm going to be for you. And I feel like that's the hardest part is where do you sit here and say, I am compromising in a relationship versus I am sacrificing a piece of myself for this relationship.
But this is also what I mean by like, this is what I said before, the intro. Rejection shouldn't be hard. Because at the end of the day, everybody should be and have a right to be happy. And the point of rejection is because the other person is just not happy. Like at the end of the day, a relationship should be mutually happy. That's why most people in the same religions usually don't reject each other, except when you're arranged. Like my people, you know, we love our aliens just getting arranged to each other. You think there's any room for rejection?
I remember in an anthropology class, my professor, she had everyone ask, would you trust your parents with an arranged marriage? Would you want to be a part of an arranged marriage? For me, I would be down for an arranged marriage, but not set up by my parents. I would need to hire an outside matchmaker to get that arranged marriage because I do not trust my parents' taste in men.
But what about the dating apps? You know what I mean? You know, those beautiful arranging where you pay a couple $100 and they'll be like, hey, yo, you wanna get yourself a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever in between? We'll match you up with our data. Which is a weird thing. Like, I know somebody who has been in a long-term relationship. She's a good friend of mine, and they met through Bumble. And I'm like,
interesting.
I'm so glad. But at the same time, these apps have just made rejection the complete norm. Like, it is the worst. Like, I hate that rejection now is considered a swipe to the left, basically. That is what rejection has just become. It, like, looks. Like, it's not even just this episode. It's, like, even, like, some of the other ones where they'll just look at a girl, they'll be like, nah. And I'm like, you have to get to know them first. Like, at least, like, there's a lot of things that you may not like at the surface. Fine. But I always think if there's like certain criteria you're looking for, if it's just looks, then fine. I guess that makes sense. But like, there are people that are like, I'm trying to find my queen. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe give someone a chance first and then decide, weigh out your weigh and balance it out, right? Like decide if they're, that's why, as I said, like rejection sucks is when you are invested in somebody, right? So it's like that fine line of like, you don't want to give them too much to where you want to lead them on, but you want to just get enough information out of them as a person to figure out if it makes sense. That's why we have first dates. But I don't even think we even get those anymore, I feel like.
You know what's so funny about like how you said it's so easy as a swipe left? I was talking to a guy, and a lot of times what I do on dating apps is I download them for like a month or so. I get bored and I just delete the whole account. And then when I want to come back, I just make a whole new account. So many guys and even girls will just like forget about your profile and see you as a whole new person. But on one dating profile, I had one section of pictures, which was when I was like a little bit heavier, but I was also wearing like a lot of corsets, a lot of like tighter dresses, but I was still going for like that boho nerdy vibe. Then the second profile, it was after I dyed my hair, after I got my tattoos, and I only had like a handful of janky ass pictures in me in my more alternative goth style that I am now. And the guy that I was talking to, he swiped right on me on this like goth alt version of myself. And at one point we were talking about the pictures I had on my profile and he was like, yeah, you're just bad at taking selfies. And I'm like, okay, I didn't think I was that bad, but sure, whatever. But I also didn't put up my good pictures because I was heavier and I felt like I didn't want to like catfish. And I felt like it was inaccurate because I dyed my hair and I got tattoos. And I showed him one picture I had of me in like this very tight, like ombre dress with my corset. I was given body yada yada. And he stopped for a moment and he's like, oh, I saw your profile before. I swiped left on you because I thought you were Latina.
What? Wait, you don't look anything close to being Latina.
I don't know why everyone thinks I've had it happen before where people assume I'm Latina or I speak Spanish. Like I'm a very white ass Latina.
You're just a white woman. That is just a white woman.
But I think it's because I have boobs and an ass. I think it's because I have boobs and an ass, and they're like, white women don't have those. Like, I think that's where it comes from. And it's just like too funny. And it's these superficial things that not only guys, but girls will reject as well. Where like there will just be girls where I'll be like, I only date black guys, or I only date white guys, or I only date this, or I only date
6 foot.
Or guys that are only over 6 foot.
That one pisses me off because here's the thing. I am not technically 6 foot. I am like 5'11" and like a half. Okay, if you want to get technical. And I might look 6 foot to some people if I'm wearing shoes, but I barely qualify. But then there are just people that will completely write you off as a human being if you're not tall. And I'm like, I can understand if it's like other things, but the height, the one thing a guy can't control. Like I saw this like short of a guy like in the Florida area, funnily enough. He's just walking up to girls and he would say like, does height matter in a guy? And anytime the girl's like, yes, like immediately yes, he's like, all right, he pulls out a weight scale. Then what's your weight? Weigh yourself. And I was like, damn, that is fucked. That is fucked, but damn, kind of, because the way they get offended by it too is like, I'm like, damn, okay, that kind of makes sense. Like, I can get why people, it's the whole thing of just, you judge by appearance first. And yes, appearance does matter, which leads to so many rejections. But I feel like that's because of all the dating apps. It's because of how ADHD our brains are that we immediately have to find somebody that fits everything perfectly to our eyes. And it's important to look as best as you can to improve those chances of not getting rejected. But at the end of the day, over time, you gotta learn what actually matters in the rejection. Like if you're rejecting people off of just something they can't control, that is where, and especially like if it's like immediately like, oh, I don't like this. It's fucked. It's kind of fucked.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think there's an element where, and a lot of people have talked about it for the clip that we saw earlier, is that sometimes it's even less about whether or not you're attractive to someone, but also whether you're attractive to other people. Because as you saw in that clip, all the guys were looking at each other. And I think if at least one guy stood up, another one would stand up as well. And I think that guys sort of pursue girls that other guys are into. Because I noticed that for me as well, where I will get no male attention if I'm the one that everyone jokes around about. Especially when I was younger, I was sort of like ew, you're into Robyn? She's like a freak and not in a hot, sexy way. But then if I either get into a relationship or like a guy is interested in me, they will start swarming over because now it's like, oh, wait, she's actually valuable. People are actually interested in her. I got to see what this girl is all about.
It's like the herd mentality.
It's the herd mentality. And that's why the Instagram baddie is so sought after, is because all these people online are talking about the Instagram baddie. It's why everyone wants the big titty goth GF. It's why everyone wants like these stereotypical like niche girls, because it is like something that other guys want to pursue, and the guys almost don't even want the girl sometimes. They just want the other guys to be like, damn guy, you got a baddie. And shit like that.
You know, it's kind of funny because dating is basically like knowing your audience, right? Like, who is the ideal partner that you are going for? And how do you appeal to those people? That's why I think style is also very important, because depending on your style, you attract a certain kind of person. If you're wearing fucking high-end Gucci shit, you're going to probably attract people who are interested in your money, you know? If you're dressing like if you're dressing like a weeb, you're going to attract people who like anime. So it's like also, it depends on what you're surrounding yourself with. If you're going out a lot, which is the important thing too, because people don't go fucking touch grass and go outside because it's too hard to go out and find people. They rather just go on their phone and just scroll and find the people they want. And that's why people also can't handle rejection, and they feel like rejection's the worst. Because I feel like as well, the rejection's only as bad as how the other person handles it as well.
Oh my gosh. have had people flip out when I rejected them. And above all, too, I've been in like situations where someone's rejected me really poorly, and that was an immediate turnoff. But there is nothing that I hate more than when I tell someone like, hey, I sort of see you more as a friend, or hey, there are these qualities that I'm just a little bit worried about. Like, especially for me, I have a lot of core values. One of my core values is I am not in debt. I do not want to get into a serious relationship with someone with a lot of debt unless they have like a game plan to get rid of that debt.
Because
especially people with
responsible mommy. Oh my
Yes.
God.
No, don't call me mommy. But it's like, I value that a lot. And I will like reject people who have a lot of irresponsible credit card debt and aren't doing anything about it. I will reject people who I don't find trustworthy. I remember one time I rejected a girl and I told her, like, hey, I am like physically attracted to you, but I don't want to get into a relationship with you because I take relationships very seriously and I can barely trust you as a friend. I can't trust you as a partner, but I'm willing to give it a month. And if you can prove to myself that I can trust you and I can get along with you, then I will give this romantic relationship a shot. And I laid it all out just like that. And she went, fuck you, you know what, I don't want this. And then immediately I was just like, okay, no, we're never doing this actually. Because if me laying out my terms and service and you explode because of that, immediate no.
It's a lot of different reasons why rejections can go bad. I think one comes from the person's entitlement. They feel like they're entitled to the relationship. Like,
yes,
if they spent time with you, they're like, oh, I deserve you. You have no choice. I'm the best you'll ever get, which is not true. That's why rejection is.
I hate that line.
It is always. It is the thing is with rejection. It sucks when it happens to you, but if you take it well, it's fine because not everyone's gonna be for you. And when you reject someone in a shitty way, like in an entitled way, it always sucks. But the second thing as well is when it comes to like how people react to rejection is that they just can't handle reality. You know, like they just can't handle the fact that they are being rejected, right? It's a bruise to their ego because, you know, like it does suck being rejected. I've been rejected. We've all been rejected. But as kind of like you think about your target audience, like maybe they're just not, you're not the person that they're looking for, and you're not the person they're looking for. You don't see something that they don't. That's usually the case too. It's like maybe they see something that they don't see and you don't see it. And then maybe later on you might find out why. It usually happens with breakups too, when you find out, man, maybe this wasn't a good idea, because this is how different of people we are. And also everybody has different priorities, right? As you said, you prioritize the financial situation, right? And your priority, if your priorities don't line up and they reject you because your priorities don't line up, that is something that they have valid reason to reject you for. But people just can't handle the truth. That's like the other biggest one. It's just they can't handle the truth. They just can't handle what their situation is like. And then they blame everybody else. I think it's mostly with the alpha sigma males that get mad and like pissed off. That's why they want someone who's just obedient, I think. I mean, I don't know. I'm not one of these guys. That's
absolutely what it is. They have such little control in their lives that they desire to control another person. And you know what? Like, some people are into that. Some don't mind the idea of having a partner being a little controlling, whether it's in the sheets or out in the streets. And that's okay. That's okay. To each their own. For me, that is like mega not cool in the streets. Like, I don't like it when a guy tells me what to do. I do not put up with that. And I'll set that boundary. And a green flag is always when a guy respects that boundary. Like, for me, I have very protective parents. I've had protective parents my whole life. And they always get weird with people that I date. So, like, I'll tell someone, like, oh, no, I can't just leave my house at 9 p.m. and sleep over at your place. I have to come up with this whole script and figure out who I'm going to say I'm going to see, what we're going to do, and create this whole elaborate story so that I can see you and do that. And the biggest turn on is when a guy is like, oh, you know what? Like, I don't want you to have to worry about it. Take your time if you want to, but if you don't want to do it, no pressure. Or like if I'm saying like, oh, I can't hang out today. I have to run the house and I have to take care of all my pets. And they're like, oh, you know what? you're totally cool. The biggest turnoff is when a guy is like, I wanted to see you.
But then to another girl, that could be something they like.
I'm sorry, I can't see. Because I've had guys throw tantrums for not seeing me. And that is like so unattractive. Like, I'm not one of those girls where it's like guys should not show emotions. I like it when guys show emotions, and I'm used to guys showing his emotions around me. I've said this several times on the podcast. Boys cry into my boobs all the time. I have not had a guy not cry into my titties yet. And at the end of the day, I'm fine with that. What I'm not fine with is manipulative tantrums like you're a toddler who doesn't want to leave the birthday party. That's not showing emotion. That's being immature.
You know, perhaps we have somebody in the audience that feels like they've done this. And you know what? How about we give you some nuggets of advice, or possibly come on the show if you would like? Because Robyn and I would love to hear you. We got one comment already.
We actually got someone.
We got somebody. So we're reeling them in. We're trying to get in touch with you, buddy. So you better, if you're listening again, add me on Discord. I already sent you a DM and you responded. So add me on Discord. And if you want to also show up on the show, please leave a comment to let us know if you want to chat. Instagram handle, whatever works. We'll reach out. We'll reach out to you. But let's give you some nuggets of advice. I think we don't want to just keep yapping. We don't want to just keep saying bullshit, right? We know rejection sucks and people handle it badly. So how do you handle rejection better? I think that's an important thing to think about. If you want to handle rejection better, I think...
No, speak your truth.
I'm going to speak my truth. The most important thing is it is always going to be a personal reason as to why you got rejected, but you should not take it personally because you're not them.
Yeah.
That's big number one.
Do you have more truth to speak? Or may I take the mic?
Your truth. Mommy, you can take your mic now.
Thank you, baby boy. I'll take the mic back from you. Yay. I think a big thing is dealing with rejection better is having a lot of fallbacks. And it's like this weird subsection of the internet that a friend introduced me to on Reddit. Everyone knows about incels.
Yep.
But there is a subsection of incels called kitchen cells. What? Where they take pictures of, sometimes it's food they make, sometimes it's food that they order, and they show off what they eat, and there's some sort of tagline of like, this is why a woman never touched me, or I wonder what it feels like to be hugged and loved by a woman.
What the fuck?
It is so damn interesting. And honestly, I think if these guys on there had like actual like the few that have really good cooking recipes, I think we could just Chinese date market them and they'll figure it out. Oh, those are my favorite.
What the
fuck? Ones where they have this smorgasbord of food in front of them and just some hot chick on camera.
I will tell you right now, oh my god, this is bad.
It is.
Oh.
It's funny. The anime little Playboy figurine, the Takis, the burger, the fries, 2 burgers actually, mozzarella sticks, 2 waffles, a burrito, pizza bites, the berries, and like several energy drinks.
You can
several energy drinks.
Well, no, you can tell the bro brought the strawberries here just to show so he doesn't feel as bad about everything else. Like he's just like, I have to balance this sin.
I think he's getting the protein, honestly. And this is my suggestion to the kitchen cells: get into asparagus. I love asparagus, and if you can choose to either have it crunchy or you can choose to eat it like me, where I almost eat them like noodles. I cook them into oblivion. I season them with garlic powder, cayenne, turmeric, so I'm getting some like vitamin nutrition out of it. Have that like with the burger and the fries and stuff.
Robyn,
what?
The only green this man is going to be fucking seeing is maybe the fucking mold on those pizza bites. Okay,
no!
There is no green gonna be in this diet because this is rule number 2 of rejection. Okay, do not eat your feelings away. Do not engage in bad behavior to justify or feel better about your rejection. That is the second worst thing you can do. Because when you deal with rejection at all, especially with somebody that you think is like in your top 10, I want to get with this person and get rejected by them, you're allowed to feel sad, right? But don't wallow in the sadness. And this is not just wallowing in the sadness. This is fucking just engulfing yourself in it. It is
whoa.
depressing.
He has berries. So he's getting his antioxidants and he's getting his fiber. I am a pizza bagel supporter. I honestly think that if he added like a little more nutritional value to like the burgers through like either leafy greens or a vegetable on the side, like it could really work.
Nutrition Heads tells you
really,
exactly
really
what you
well.
need. Don't you worry. But
you need to nutrition max, guys. You need to nutrition max.
That's honestly it. You know what?
The bitches love asparagus. The bitches love Brussels sprouts.
You know what? This is the third rule of rejection, right? If you get rejected and you feel like shit, don't make yourself feel worse. Use that to become a stronger human being. If you got rejected, let's say this. Let's say you are very much into your big titty goth women. And you're like, and you just got recently rejected from one. And they're like the type of women you love. And you're like, damn, this fucking sucks. I hate that goth women hate me. And maybe you might even say, you know what? Fuck all goth women. I hate goth women now. But maybe think about the whys of why they rejected you. Because you are still entitled to like who you want to like. You just have to make sure they don't hate you. And what is it maybe you did? Maybe self-reflect a little bit that maybe you didn't like. And sometimes it could be you. It could also be them. But just think about it enough. Not to overthink it. Just be like surface level. Sometimes they won't even give you a reason, which you're not always entitled to a reason, you know? They can decide if they want to cut it off if they want to. It sucks when you don't know, but sometimes they will give you signs. Sometimes girls and guys, you know, they can be not so subtle.
Yeah, it happens. But you know what? Let's take a look at a few more because this is not the only like good picture. This was a great meme.
What?
This is a great
dude,
meme.
I'm a kitchen cell too. Like my food sucks so bad. My ex left me, bro. Just like the Reddit page. What in the fuck?
Yeah.
Why does this guy look like Crocker from like Fairly Odd Parents?
He does. He looks like Crocker if he had like a chin reduction.
And also, you know, if you get rejected because of your looks, guys, remember, you at least don't look like Crocker.
Honestly, where are his ears?
That's a good question, actually.
Boy's got no ears.
Glasses just be
He's
hovering on the side of his
Van
head.
Gogh.
Bro's built like a fucking Lego minifig head. Like, goddamn. Oh, that's a noose.
The bread noose. Honestly, that's a little impressive.
I'm still 5'9". See, this is what I mean. Bro clearly was rejected by a girl that said I only date girls or I only date guys that are like over 6 foot. Bro is like a little around the average height.
Date shorter girls then, because I like short kings. I'm so short that most short kings are still taller than me. But you want to know something? All the short kings reject me. All the guys who I've been rejected by, all under 5'9", pretty much. And I sit there and I'm like, why can I only bag the guys that are like 6'5"? I'm only so big.
You know what's funny? I also just tend to attract short girls. I've just noticed that short girls apparently just really like me. I don't know why. I really don't want to date a short girl.
It's because the height doesn't matter to us. Damn. You know what? Fucking keep scrolling. No.
Listen. All my girlfriends have been shorter than me and way shorter. Like some of them have been 5 foot. And this is the point where I was like, I didn't reject them because of their height. I was just seeing, I was touching and feeling. I'm like, okay, let me understand. Okay, height is one thing, right? But they can't control that. I want to see what they have in their power to control. And if I like what they have, right? Personality, their mental, their beliefs, like those are what's more important. And half the time, the reason I even got in a relationship is at least one of those things was what I liked. And I was like, yeah, I fuck with this, the personality vibe. You know, I like this. It doesn't matter if they're short as much, right? That's what I mean by like, you just got to learn to be accepting of some things. If you reject after that, that's fine. You know, at least be like, don't reject immediately because of something. Like I mean, people can prioritize what they want, but I feel like it really just ruins your chances of finding somebody who you would actually fuck with. That is always going to be the biggest thing. And the reason why there's so much rejection is because people are just too picky. People are just too picky. They see their brain has been fried by Instagram and they expect every person to be a queen and a model. And I'm like, no, that's not normal people. Half the time people are tuning their faces anyways. Nowadays, the fucking new Google phone has AI built in already. So it's like, it'll already face tune you to fucking shit. Every picture you take has already been tuned up by your phone. So every time you take a picture, it's already not really representing reality, which is why you must meet people in person. And if you get rejected in person, it's a different thing completely.
Yep.
And I think there's one last important thing. I think one thing we actually did not touch on, the worst kind of rejection that I think most people deal with. And I think this is the one that's a true epidemic. The ghosting rejection. The ghosting.
Yeah.
The ghost.
I can't say that I am completely anti-ghosting, because I think sometimes it can be like a good mutual thing. You don't need to confront every single person that is rejecting you or getting rejected. But I think it really depends on the situation, because I have been the ghoster before, and I just don't have time to fight every person I talk to. So I think that's like one hot take where it's like, I think a lot of people have talked about how ghosting is bad, and I think if you've talked to someone for more than 3 months, you cannot ghost anymore. That is like not allowed. If you are like in a situationship and you are like done with someone, or you're like going on a few dates, if you had more than 3 or 4 dates, you're not allowed to ghost anymore. If it's 1 date, 2 dates, or maybe even no dates, it's just been voice calls or just texting, you're absolutely allowed to ghost. That is a low investment relationship. But the moment it starts, like, once you've passed like a quarter period, once you've passed a quarter of a fiscal cycle, then you're a little bit invested. They're showing up on your relationship audits.
Right. And that's why as well, like, ghosting rejections are always going to be because you're purely in a texting vibe. Usually you're mostly texting each other regardless, or like, whatever the case is. That's when usually the ghosting shit happens.
Yeah.
With ghosting especially, it does depend on the situation, but I think most people get ghosted when they're like in the middle of having a decent conversation. Because it's happened to me. I'll have like some decent I'll be trying to have some engagement with them, and then all of a sudden just radio silence. And I'm just like, well, that's a rip. There could have been something, maybe, but we'll never know. And that's the other thing. Be comfortable with the unknown. And it's not a you thing. Majority of the time, by the way, because I'm a terrible texter, majority of the time, I'm pretty sure the person that's getting ghosted doesn't fucking remember that they ghosted you. Because either A, they have already so many other things going on in their lives, or B, they really just said fuck with you. I mean, which is a shit thing to do, but you can't control how they react.
I agree. As a ghoster, I apologize to anyone who I have ghosted. It is simply because I am busy. And I say this, and it's going to sound like I'm putting you all at fault, but I honestly don't put you guys all at fault. I think we just wanted different things. But for me, I can't be in a relationship with someone where I am reaching out all the time. I am too busy. What I find most attractive is when people are reaching out to me first, especially if I get like a good morning or something, or a how was your day? Even if the texts are very minimal, I appreciate that I notice someone putting me in their routine, so I make the time to put them in my routine. Mm-hmm. But if it's like we talk for a week, you say, hey, maybe once or twice, and it fizzles out, it's whatever. Or like I even had one guy where I was told he was crazy into me. He saw me and his buddy liked my best friend. They exchanged numbers. He didn't exchange a number with me. He was complaining the whole time that he never got my number. So I came back because I was interested in him. We exchanged numbers and he never texted me first once. Not once. And I'm like sitting there doing my podcast, doing martial arts competitions, juggling my 2 jobs, and he napped for 4 days. Like, that is something that you got to think about when you're getting rejected, is what are you putting into it? And you don't need to put your whole heart into every single attempt. But if you're not putting in any attempt at all, and you're spending more time napping than putting yourself out there, that's why you have no girlfriend. That is why you have no boyfriend. Or if you're like me, where you're spending all your time working and all you can do is spare like once a month for like a dick or pussy appointment. That is why I am not in a relationship, because I am on that grind, and that grind doesn't give any room for the grind. So it happens. But if you want to prioritize it, you gotta make the time for it. You gotta nurture it. You gotta take care of it. And you gotta be vulnerable and put yourself out there. And if you're not ready for that, then don't do it. Don't push yourself.
If you're not ready, focus on you. And the last thing, most importantly, as Robyn said, rejection is actually not a one-way road. It is a two-way road, because the last lesson is if you get rejected, go at it with empathy first rather than selfishness.
Yeah.
Go at it with empathy to some degree, you know? Like, understand.
Be thankful that they rejected you early on rather than leading you on and being disappointed in the end. Because at least for me, I would rather be rejected than heartbroken, than abused, than put down and belittled. That shit sucks so much more than someone being like, yeah, no, I'm just not that into you.
Exactly. For all you know, a rejection is something, getting rejected or not, or getting ghosted or whatever, it's an answer that maybe you probably should prefer anyways. Because if at the end of the day, you build thick skin, you get better as a person, and also you get experience. And sometimes people don't even get the experience of getting rejected. That's why they get upset. So if you get rejected and you get the experience of the story, you get to move on and grow from it. And that's what's more important, the growth. Just got to make sure you don't get upset and become a man baby and start throwing a tantrum. That's what's more important. Just don't throw a tantrum.
Eating pizza bagels, berries in front of a
lot of hot
chick in your anime feed, and a lot of rockstar energy. You have two choices in animals. There are two wolves inside you. The one that might get rejected but still has plenty of bitches, versus the one that eats an entire box of pizza bagels, 2 burgers, a burrito, and a little bowl of berries in front of several energy drinks and an anime figurine. It is up to you which of those wolves lead the pack.
And you know what? We're proud of you.
We're
both
very
wolves.
proud of you.
We're proud of you, both wolves. Even if you're an
We're
incel,
proud of you, our baby
you're
boys and baby girls.
a gym bro, whoever you are, just you're good. You're good. We love you, and you should come on the podcast and subscribe, because you know that's how much you have to reciprocate. You know, if we say we love you, you gotta love us back. You know, like, I mean, totally makes sense, right?
I'll let you cry into my boobs while you're on the podcast.
We'll get an animation handmade by Robyn just for you if you want to come on the podcast. Anyways, appreciate you all listening to us yap. If you hate what we said, maybe instead of disliking it, just tell us in the comments and then dislike it.
We
so at least we know what you
fucking rip you apart. Come on. You wanna really be hot? State your opinion. State your opinion. There's nothing I love more than putting you fuckers in your place.
They're going to put you in your place. I'm surprised they haven't put you in your place yet. I'm still waiting.
Yeah. Honestly, I've had some pretty crazy ass hot takes. And I think that if you might have agreed too much with this one, just watch another video. You will find some weird ass hot take I've made that you could fight me on.
Oh, 100%. That's you gotta click on the screen right now. You're going to get one of the hottest takes from Robyn. So hot.
One of the hottest, steamiest takes.
Look at the steamiest take right now. Go click on it. Robyn's steamy fucking takes.
Steamy fucking takes.